Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and boy oh boy, the Yandere simulator developer has responded. Now ladies and gentlemen, I like to keep tabs on internet stuff all the time. Yandere Simulator, for those of you who don't know, is one of the longest running indie games in development, okay? Somebody like me should be interested in a stealth action game like Yandere Simulator, right? I love Hitman. I love me games where I get to sneak around and do wild stuff in. Sure, the whole high school, aspect of it might be a little bit too much, but this is a game that probably would have been a slam dunk. I was watching it. But ladies and gentlemen, Yandere Simulator is developed by an individual that frankly will never have the game under completion. Now, the last time we looked at it a couple days ago, one of the catalysts for why this project didn't ever seem to come to fruition, I guess now, is that Yandere Dev was involved in a very, very disgusting situation where he was alleged to be speaking, in a very charged manner to minors, right? Now, as somebody on the internet, one of the rules that I have is just don't interact with minors, okay? It's a very simple rule. I'm a nearly 30-year-old man, okay? I have learned in my age that generally the people I talk to are around my age, all right? Simple as that. Anybody that's under the age of 18, look, I'll give you friendly advice. I'll be like a big brother. But when it comes to like really charged stuff like this, it's an immediate cutoff right there. That's for both of our protections. And that's just the adult thing to do. Now, sometimes creators, I guess, get lonely on YouTube and they interact and they do bad things. Now, there's a lot of creators out there that frankly YouTube should look into. Creators like Minilad, for instance, who his audience will never let him forget what he has done. What did he do? Well, he actually had some allegations that he was sending some pretty nasty pictures to people under the age of 18. An allegation that he actually admitted to, where he said, hey everyone, many of you are probably aware now of the allegations recently made online about my behavior a few years ago. I have read through everything that was said and shared and understand how unacceptable my actions are. I take full responsibility for the inappropriate texts and messages that I sent. Yeah, as soon as somebody does that, they are completely irredeemable, okay? I know people are like, but Muta, they get better. They grow over time. Yeah, the moment you start doing that is the moment there is no respect to ever be earned from anybody, okay? Anybody normal in this situation. And that's pretty much what it is. There's a very, very simple rule, okay? The easiest part of my content creation job is to wake up and not interact with anybody under the age of 18. Simple as that. Now, Yandere Simulator made a response to this. Moving forward, okay? I have been exhibiting horribly self-destructive behaviors on a regular basis for a long time now. Now, this is what we call a little bit of, what do we call it? What is it? What is that word exactly? Shit, it's at the tip of my tongue. Self-reflection. That's a good sign. As a result of the many conversations I've had over the past few days, I think I can pinpoint the cause, okay? My downward spiral is a result of a consistently making incredibly unwise lifestyle choices that have caused my mental health to deteriorate massively over time. Now, so far, we haven't gotten any acknowledgement of what the terrible action was, and I want to remind you, the last time we looked at one of these blog posts, he pretty much confirmed and talked about these messages too. So it didn't hit me until recently just how bad things had gotten. Haven't left the house since July 2019. No real acquaintances, 16 hours on the computer every day, no vacations in half a decade, prioritizing work above my physical health. I think spending 10 years to develop Yandere Simulator, that gap on your resume is considered a fucking vacation enough. It shouldn't be any surprise whatsoever that when you allow both your body and mind to completely waste away, you dissolve into a mistake machine. Now, this is where I'm going to stop right here, okay? I hate it when people equate this stuff to a mistake. Oh, I just made a quirky little mistake. Come on now. Interacting in a charged manners with minor is not a fucking mistake. All right, that's just borderline criminal right there. And I don't joke around when I say YouTube should investigate this, because in all honesty, I'm not really there to always call YouTube in as sort of like the enforcement and like, oh, go ban crazy on channels. I really have one hardline rule. If you're using your platform and at any moment in time that you ever used it in a disgusting manner like this, you absolutely shouldn't have a platform. And that's just for everyone's safety around it, okay? People want to talk about, oh, let's take care of the kids kids or something, or let's focus on their safety. This is how you focus on their safety. If somebody exhibits actual qualities like this, they should just never be allowed on your platform. Simple as that, okay? That should just be a rule common around the internet. Since the last blog post, a lot of people have reached out to me to share the same advice. See a therapist. Get hobbies that don't involve a computer or TV screen. Step away from game development. Start making healthy life choices that will turn you into more of a normal human being. Okay, that's just simple to say. Then he gets into anecdotes, which I'm not going to go into, but he then starts talking about the development of the game. A lot of people have asked me if the recent controversy will cause me to stop developing the game. I want to remind people that his Patreon has pretty much all but crashed. This is not the 2008 economic crash. This is the YandereDev Patreon crash. The earnings have actually dropped below $1,135, which last time I checked is below the federal minimum wage. All right, so at this moment in time, YandereDev can absolutely make a better life choice by doing anything financial than working on Yandere Simulator, okay? A game that people have questioned if he's really truly been working on, maybe an hour of work for like 20 hours of video gaming time. All right, 9 years, when we're celebrating the anniversary of our development cycles. Remember, Yandere Simulator is not Star Citizen, okay? This is not Cyberpunk 2077 or GTA 6. This is an independent game that some other developers have even made as sort of a fuck you in a shorter amount of time, at least some of the core gameplay concepts. I really enjoy working on Yandere Simulator. If I didn't, then I wouldn't be willing to do it continuously for 9 years. Bro, that's all you had. You had to work on it for 9 years. The thought of taking time away from it makes me feel incredibly sad. But neglecting absolutely every aspect of my mental and physical health has caused me to devolve into a danger to myself and others. This is the closest we're getting to any form of self-reflection here that I can somewhat sort of respect, okay? I'm glad that you said that what you've done is actually a danger to yourself and others, especially to others, okay? The project doesn't need to outright die, but it definitely should be paused until I made significant progress towards evolving into a much healthier person. So again, ladies and gentlemen, to understand, Yandere Simulator has lost the support pretty much overnight from its voice actors and actresses. I didn't even goddamn know this game had a lot of those voice actors and actresses until they all started quitting. The composers straight up cut and run. The goddamn YouTubers are probably stepping away from this. It's probably easier to cover games like JFK Reloaded, all right, than it is to cover Yandere Simulator for a good hot minute at this point, all right? So that's pretty much where we're sitting at. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, to understand in this situation, Yandere Simulator does not want to cancel the game. He wants to keep developing it, but I don't think I can do that if I keep being a mistake machine. I hate the word mistake machine. What you did, Yandere Dev, was not a simple little goofy, quirky mistake. Ooh. No, it was a pretty sizable fucking mistake, all right? And one that should absolutely have you investigated, okay? Simple as that. When somebody gets caught talking like this to any minor, it should be investigated. Now, something that always wiles me out is how, like, positive some of these comment sections get, which usually are indicative, at least in my experience, of sock accounts and some real good, like, goddamn 1984 levels of comment section cleaning. Alex, you're the only one who could ever turn Yandere Sim into a game it's meant to be. It's your life's work. Nobody else would ever get this right. It feels like your world's been shattered into a million pieces, but trust me when I say things will get better. Controversies come and go. Take your time, get some fresh air, let your body start to heal a bit from all the stress that these stupid internet bullies have inflicted on you. Again, this is not something that came out of nowhere. Nobody is bullying Yandere Dev. I actually am very much against harassment and bullying, okay? What Yandere Dev did is literally of their own volition, okay? They absolutely caused all of this controversy on themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, if any creator was doing this kind of behavior, interacting with minors like this, I would expect the broader community to step up and self-report this behavior, okay? Before it gets bad to the point that mainstream media services pick up on it and make it into a huge situation, right? Plastering everyone as a bad person. Yandere Dev did a bad thing. Should it cost him his channel? I would probably say so. But honestly, the fact that he has addressed this and he's seeking help is all that it matters. Now, to understand, Yandere Dev is so terminally online that I have my own doubts believing that this blog post is entirely true. I don't think that he's going to step away. I think, honestly, the actual development for this game was forced to stop simply because of nearly everyone abandoning the support for this project, YouTubers up and leaving, and the financial support was gone as well. Now, I want to leave one final point into this too. It seems like a few internet sleuths have actually looked into the victim of this situation, the person that Yandere Dev was speaking to, and it may appear to be that through some abandoned Discord servers, there was sort of like a honeypot scheme where they would find people on the internet and kind of entrap them, if you will, too, is all I'm going to say. It's a very dark situation. And if that situation turns out to be true, all right, if that is actually this person's intentions, this minor, or maybe not a minor, their parents or the police should look into it, because from what it seems, there might have been some distribution of illicit materials. Cops should absolutely be looking into that. The parents should get involved, 100%. But that doesn't change from the fact that Yandere Dev knowingly, in his mind, spoke to somebody who was a minor, all right? And that's something that should never be allowed on the platform. So yeah, this response is exactly what I expected. I expected the game development to stop. Yandere Simulator is basically dead. And for the foreseeable future, I don't think it's going to come back. Maybe this game could be given to another competent developer to develop, but at the end of the day, like I said in the last video, Yandere Simulator-like games are cursed. Nearly every project that exists in this vein has its own set of drama, has its own set of controversies, and hell, I could make a year-long worth of videos where I talk about every single one of those games and go into every single one of those rabbit holes and absolutely go fucking insane in the process. But yeah, this marks the end of, I would say, one of 4chan's longest running projects. Yeah, this game that started off as a 4chan thread question ended up being its own game, got a lot of popularity, and because of one developer and their terrible actions, has basically crashed and burned. Absolutely can be used as an internet case study, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this is me, Mutahar, and honestly, if I make any other Yandere developer video, it's probably going to be over the 10-year-long history of this game. I might cover it, I might not. Clearly, given the actual interest on the last video, it seems like it's a topic that I'm sure a lot of you guys like. So maybe I'll sit down, cover the whole 10 years of development. Honestly, that video's gotta be longer than the Metal Gear Solid 4 one, just because there's a lot to go over. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.